3 has commenced.
Decider for who will be the national champion for 2015 Masters TCG.
And basics confirmed. No basic again.
Didn't seem to hinder him too much last game.
No, did not, but still. It's an extra card for Marcus because of the no basic mulligan.
That's right.
If you're enjoying the stream today, please consider following. I'm hoping to do some more TCG style streaming for various trading card games in the future. Something that's on the cards at the moment, so please do follow if that's your kind of thing.
Alright, here we go.
And we have commenced.
Looks like we've got a basic from Andrew.
Rises out in the field. What do we got?
Looks like a similar start to the last game. Toad versus Shaman again. DCE attached from Marcus onto the Shaman. Straight into a Juniper. Draw 7.
Wow.
He did not like that hand.
Nope. So Andrew's looking through it now to see just how bad that hand was.
Down comes a Toad.
It's DCing that hand.
And down comes a Verbank. Followed by a hammer. An Ultra Ball. Let's see what Marcus is searching for.
The mystery.
Looks like it was a Shaman, I believe.
Shaman?
Yeah, he's looking to draw more cards. So, yep, there it goes. It drops, and Marcus fills his hand back up to 6.
Wow, a lot of card draw.
Yeah, this format has quite a lot of card draw in it. I've seen people go through an entire deck in one turn.
Is it costly to get into Pokemon TCG? I know other games like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, it's quite costly to get into a competitive deck.
Yeah, it can be. It depends on the deck you're trying to build. Most of the good EXs are around the $20, $30 mark. So, you know, in general you need 4 of those in deck, depending on what deck you're talking about. But I mean, you can go down to lower brackets where, you know, you can get lower tier decks that are still competitive to an extent, but are not generally considered top tier. So it's pretty easy to get into if you just want to play for fun, but if you do want to get into that higher echelon, you do have to fork out a little bit.
And $30 ain't so bad. Yu-Gi-Oh cards like, you know,
$70, $80.
$120 in some cases, back when like Pot of Avarice was huge. It's like, man, $120 card, and you need it in your deck, and it's a mega rare.
Well, Pokemon actually had its stint with high-cost cards. Previously there was Tropical Beach, which was a world's only promo. At the time it was going around for $150 per...
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, world's only, there would have been, you know, less than 1,000 of things, I assume. So.
Well, that's right. So it's since been banned, so it's dropped a lot in price, but during its time it was such an important card to so many decks.
What did it do?
It was a stadium that you could play, and both players, instead of attacking for the turn, could draw to 7 and end their turn.
Huh. Okay. So another one of those card draw cards.
That's right. Alright, so it looks like a head on a Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer, you can target an energy attached to a Pokemon and discard it if you flip heads. A lucky heads for Andrew there. Andrew delving into his deck. Let's see what he comes up with.
Still searching. Didn't find it.
It's funny. It's the kind of thing where you want to commentate on what you'd think they'd be getting, but being so close, we're not allowed to. That's why we're a little quieter than usual.
Yeah, if we were like, you know, out of earshot,
Yeah,
different story. We'd be talking about
That's
what's in their
right.
hands, we'd be talking about things they can do.
That's right.
We can't do that, unfortunately. This is in the spirit of the game to keep it just limited to discussing what is on the field, what the competitors can see.
I believe that was a Shaman. Yep, and there goes the Shaman drop. So Andrew gets to draw to 6 now.
4-card draw, not a bad haul. So these guys are both running Shamans and Toads. They're running similarly themed decks.
Yeah, they're very similar decks. In fact, you'd call this a mirror.
Have there been a lot of this particular deck in this particular tournament?
Yeah, in this format, Toad and, well, most decks will see Shaman just because of how powerful its card draw is. So even in decks that don't necessarily use it as an attacker, you'll see it in there because it's just such a great card. As for Toad, a lot of top tier decks ran Toad. And even in decks that didn't really focus on Toad, because of the fact that its main attack that you care about is double colorless energy, it's very easy to splash into most decks. So you can see it in as a tech for most other decks anyway. Especially with the prevalence of double colorless energy in this format. Almost every deck runs it.
I can see why. So.
Well, it's interesting because double colorless has been out for many years. I can't tell you the exact amount. Oh, actually, since base set.
Huh. That's true.
Yeah, quite a long time. But I haven't ever seen it played as much as it has in this format.
It's become important again.
Well, it's because so many Pokemon have a double colorless cost in their attacks. Whereas previously, the design seemed to work around trying not to have double colorless unless it was going to 4 or 5 energy attacks. Be interesting to see how the format would have changed if, for example, Toad's attack was 1 water and 1 colorless as opposed to a double colorless.
Well, it makes things up a lot. A lot of decks.
It'd make things very interesting, and I feel it would have slowed the format down quite a bit. But you know, some people say that Toad is way too powerful, so maybe.
It's amazing how one card change can change the entire game.
Absolutely.
All right, so what we got going here?
So we got Andrew thinking about what his next play is.
Be a mystery.
Looks like a Ultra Ball. Now comes a Shaman.
You get that card draw once again.
Love that card draw.
I'm searching for something particular. Who knows? Who knows?
I think it's more to get options into a hand. If you know, if a specific Pokemon was being looked out for,
the more
he would have
cards you have,
searched
the
for
more
it now.
options you have.
Well, that's right. That's right. Down go 2 more Toads. Oh no, sorry, a Toad and a Shaman. Apologies, the glare is terrible.
Do what we can.
And a Headringer to Marcus's bench Shaman. Headringer, of course, is a tool that can be attached to your opponent's Pokemon. While attached, all their attacks require an extra colorless to attack. Looks like a Sycamore. Juniper and Sycamore are exactly the same card, they're just named differently. But you are only allowed to run 4 of either one in a deck.
So you can't run both?
You can't run both.
Huh.
There's a limitation.
Very smart. So it's really just which one you like the look of more?
Exactly.
Fashion.
It's a flavor thing. One's from black and white, I believe, and the other one is from X and Y.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sycamore being X and Y.
Yeah.
Oh. Shuffle.
Looks like an N. Well, it's good to see both players have been able to set up. Means we won't have that one-sided match.
We're steamroll the third game.
Yeah, that's right.
Even proper. Third game's gonna play out the way, or both players trying to play their own strategy.
That's right.
And
it's
neither really being stopped at this stage all that much.
That's, well, both are hitting with Toad, so trainers are being turned off. Looks like there was a pass from Marcus, no DCE in hand, so he couldn't attack with Toad. So for Andrew, he is going to be able to play his trainers this turn.
Yes. This is a big opportunity, or potentially one anyway.
Second DCE down.
2 more on the deck.
Well,
potentially.
Well, he's got 2 set up, so that's currently outdoing what Marcus has. In a very relevant way, because Marcus isn't able to attack at all right now. Looks like another Sycamore from Andrew.
Just gonna check stream chat. Alrighty, I'm sure I've missed some stuff. So where's Scoop? Scoop is when you forfeit a game. So the right player 1 being Andrew, left player being Marcus Scoop. So it's now 1-1. That's unfortunate luck. But you did miss the the VGC finals. I'm afraid PK Saber. Winner in that case. Theron coming second, with Matthew Rowe coming first in Masters. Nick Khan winning in Juniors and Seniors, I forgot.
We've got a Hypnotoxic on Marcus's Toad. VS Seeker from Andrew. See which supporter he's going to get. VS Seeker is a trainer that lets you search your discard pile for a supporter and put it back into your hand. Looks like he's choosing a Sycamore. Marcus scoops it up.
Marcus scoops,
That's
he just
game.
called it, that's that. Out of nowhere. That's that. I know Andrew is the winner of our TCG Nationals and has most likely won a trip to America